Mr. Esobe Isaac is a MERN stack web developer with several years of experience tutoring and mentoring students on web technologies and its application. He's also currently one of the mentors in GDG Aba. Please put your hands together.
Okay, good afternoon everyone. So I'm Esobe Isaac, a web mentor at GDG Aba. If this is your first time coming across the term progressive web app, can I see your hand? Okay, thank you. So if you are a developer here, you have never come across the term progressive web app, can I see your hand? Okay, so after this session, you will get to know a lot about progressive web app and probably start building one. So to understand the game, progressive web app has to play. We have to, first of all, look at the difference between a mobile application and a web application. Please, next slide. Next slide. So from the chart here, we are now comparing these platform-specific apps, which can be mobile app, your Windows app, your iOS app, and other stuff. So we are comparing it with web application here. So mobile apps, let's take mobile apps as an example, probably an Android app. You can install an Android app on your Android phone, then you can use it. There are many shortcuts there. These are because mobile apps, they are installed directly on the operating system, and they take advantage of a lot of hardwares that your phone has. For example, the camera. From an Android app, you can start a music, you can, that kind of stuff. So, but a web application is basically built to be displayed on a browser. So it doesn't have that capability of taking advantage of the mobile features like your music, your playlist, all those stuff. But something changed. Before we talk about that change, while comparing it with web apps, you can access web from anywhere. My dad doesn't have a smartphone, but with his Java phone, he can search on Google. So you get the point. So that's actually the difference. So if we are to compare these native apps with web apps, we see that in terms of capability, that mobile apps, or you can say native apps, they are more capable than web apps. But when it comes to reach, because anyone can access the web has more reach than mobile app. So in 2015, something changed. Slide. So in 2015, designer Francis Berryman and Google Chrome engineer Alex Russell, they coined the term progressive web app. So what exactly are these progressive web apps? These are websites, normal websites. They are built with web technology, but the difference is this website, they utilize the modern browser's APIs in order to be, let's say, at least 60% capable as a mobile app. They are installable on your mobile phone. They can access some hard devices that are in the mobile phone. Next slide. So when we get back to this chart, we see that progressive web app is actually trying to balance the equation between a native app and a web app. The way it's being done is because it can reach everybody. Remember, it's a website and it's built with web technology. You don't have to learn any other thing to build progressive web apps. It's just a website, but it is installable. That's how it's getting angle of the hardwares of a mobile app. So in this equation now, we can see that progressive web apps has balanced this equation. Is capable, and is reliable, is reachable. So these applications, they are able to work offline, they are able to send push notification just as your Android phone, Android app can do. They can access your network status. Like for example, let's say I want to build this app. So if that person is using a 2G network, that person will not be able to download pictures. So with using a progressive web app, you can access the network status and put such features. So these progressive web apps, they are installable and they allow you to share resources. Just like let's say, okay, I want to share my picture. I can just click on that picture, then a share icon will come out. I'll click on share, then I'll see possible application I can use to share those pictures. Your app can be listed here. And it also allows you to share an item in your app with another person, just like the web, they are linkable, so you can share from that. Please, the next slide. So, how do we now make this app installable? If you are not a developer here, you may not understand this right now, but if you are a developer, you will understand this perfectly. Though if you don't understand, just try to follow up and get the points. So, once you build a progressive web apps, there are ways you can promote installation. For example, in a browser, when you log in a browser, you visit, let's say you visit googlepremium.com. I don't know if I got that right. And when you visit this, okay, Twitter, let's use Twitter for example. The browser pops up an installation banner here. But there are criteria before the criteria that have to be met before the browser can do this. I will get there later. Or you can also make your own customized install promotion banner. Just as you can see here, this is a customized one. They said get breaking news, policy, trending music, all that stuff, blah blah blah. So that's what they mention here, and they put their installation banner. And a lot of companies also have like an installation key in their website where you just click and it gets installed. So you can also list this your progressive web apps. They are websites, remember, but you can still add them on App Store, just like the Android App Store. You can add it there. Yeah, Windows also supports that, but currently iOS do not support that. And to get this into your Android Play Store, you have to use Bubble App to prepare your app. So for Chrome browser, I made mention of the criteria that have to be met before these apps can be installable on your phone. For Chrome browser, Google Chrome, the user have the criteria includes that the user have not installed your app before. And also the user needs to have spent at least 30 minutes using your app, 30 seconds, viewing your web page. And the web page has to be served over HTTPS, though if you are developing, you will probably be using localhost, and this is an exception. Localhost is not included in it, must be served over HTTPS. And your app must include a web app manifest, and it has to register a service worker with a fetch request. So next slide, let's see. So what are these manifest files? You know, in the criteria, your app has to have it. So this manifest app is just a normal JSON file that has the short name of your app, and this short name is a name that will be displayed once you install the app. You go to your app list, you will see it here. Let's say, for example, I just use Manif for an example, and the name of your app, this can be a long name like my manifest app, such a thing, but this short name will be displayed once your app is installed. So for the description, just the description of your web, and these icons, it contains different icons with different size. So once you install the app, the icons, it will look for the icon that has the size that is needed by that operating system. Let's say you are installing it on an Android app. It will look for an icon that fits that device, and it will use it. And that will be the icon that is showing on your Android app. Once you click it, you visit the site, and it has a start URL. This display standalone. Once a web application is installed on your phone, when you click on it, it opens in a browser, but this browser now is customized in a way that it opens as if it's an app, a mobile app. It doesn't show the browser search URL and other stuff. It doesn't show that. So when you put this display browser, it will come up as if it's a browser. But this standalone makes it comes out in a different tab. So that's just what you have to know about this manifest app. Then if you want to add a shortcut to your app, like for example in your Twitter, you will see like my profile, all those stuff as a shortcut. You can still add it using that manifest app. And one other criteria for installing your app is that it should have a service worker. So this service worker, it just serves like, okay, let's break it down this way. When I send Obi to go and get me pure water, Obi takes the money, goes to the man that said the pure water, give it the money, and he gets the pure water to Obi. So let's say that this service worker is Obi. He's there to know all the requests that are being made using our app. And it's from here now we can catch some pages that we visited, and they can still work offline. You don't need data connection to do that. So these are the several events it can listen to. I'm sorry, this will be install, activate, and fetch. I'm sorry, I forgot to change that. This will be install, activate, and fetch. So it can listen to these three events. So what has a web app, progressive web app, how does it affect your startup? Okay, research shows that a lot of people spend more time using their native app. Why? Lots of people visit a website. So with this stuff now, for example, if I use Audacity a lot, I would love for Audacity to have an app so that I can easily visit it. So that's one role it has come to play. It makes people, it promotes easy access to your website. And another stuff is that this stuff also, how would I put this? Okay, it's also help people, like, I don't know how to put this right now, but I'll still come back to it. But to register the service worker, you have to, it's just a normal JavaScript script that you just do this stuff. You will check if the service worker is present in that browser. The navigator here stands for a browser. So once it's present, you register the service worker. Once you've done that, the app will be installable. And one company that has been using this and I've seen progress is Twitter. When Twitter switched from their heavy app, like normal mobile app, to Twitter Lite, when they started using Twitter Lite, they noticed that they have 75% more tweets every day. Like, okay, let's say if people tweet, the total number of tweets that are recorded in a day are 50. They have like 125 more using that Twitter Lite. And another thing is that they have been able to reduce the weight of the size of their app to 75%. They have reduced it to 75. Okay, they have reduced it to 25%. If you probably installed Twitter before, you will know that Twitter is about for something MB, I guess so. But using the Twitter Lite is not more than 700 kilobytes. Still doing the same thing. So that's how it can affect your business. So any question? Okay. when I made mention of installing a mobile app, I said that it opens as a standalone app, but it's using the browser on this machine to open that. Okay. Any other question? I forgot to mention that when you are building a progressive website, it should be responsive. So and you can achieve that using your CSS, I guess. I'm right? I know I'm right. You can achieve that using your CSS. It should be responsive. But when it comes to making it a progressive web app, remember this has to do with the browser's engine, and you take advantage of that using JavaScript. I don't know if I'm answering. Any other question?
Last question.
That's a very. That's if you install it on a Play Store, but there is also a way to track people that install it from your browser. So that's your question. Yeah, there is a way of tracking it. I can't show you that now. So later we can work on that. Okay, so thank you very much. Once again, I'm Esobe Isaac, a MERN stack developer in Aba.
Please put your hands together for him. I think Isaac, we need to organize a class where you will do a live section and